Hi everybody. Hello and welcome. My name is Dionne Woods and I'm the owner and artist at the Turquoise Iris. We're going to work on part 4 today, guys. It's Saturday afternoon and I thought it was just easier to stream live this entire makeover with you guys. Like I said, I've already done part 1, 2, and 3, but we're on part 4 today. So hello and welcome. I'm calling this the Carousel Dresser because I've kind of nicknamed it after a piece that I did a couple of weeks ago. The other piece was a really large, massive armoire with lots and lots of scrolling, but I'm using the exact same colors on that piece. But I'm doing them and applying them in a different pattern, in a different way. So picture using the exact same list of colors, but we're going to get a different look in the final outcome. But we're going to be layering them, we're going to be blending them, and we're going to highlight some of these beautiful details here. So I'm in unison that we can all raise our hands and pretty much say, this looks like crap, junk, ugly, it's ugh, why would we even like this? Okay, I got you. I understand that, but it is totally the process. So this piece, 100% said awful on the top. Like, it's get this nasty stuff off of me. So I've sanded the top completely down to the base, and we'll get to, one day we'll do the entire top together, but we're on part 4 today. So if you've missed 1, 2, 3, or 4, you can go to Facebook or YouTube and all the videos are right there. I'm not deleting them. For those of you, someone's in the line at Walmart, I hope this is a little more entertaining than what's at Walmart. The very first thing that I did was this dark red color here, and that is Carnival Red. It's like DIY's paint, yellowy red. So when I say yellowy, it's a real term, yellowy. Yeah, poor grammar. It happens when you're live on camera and you're trying to paint at the same time. Hey, I see a lot of my friends popping on here, a lot of familiar faces. So for the thumbs and the hearts and all the thumbs ups over on YouTube, I appreciate you so much. Back for part 4. I told you we skipped yesterday. We had 2 ball games. It just didn't happen for me, but it's happening today, so thanks for tuning in. Carnival Red was what I did first, then I covered it with wax. I did not do anything else to the wax. I keep getting that question. Did you buff the wax? No, I did not. I left it raw. I basically just wanted to seal it in just a little bit. I will be adding moisture, as in a little bit of water, with my fine misting bottle that I get from Hobby Lobby, Amazon, Sally Beauty Supply. All of those places have it. But we're not talking a shower of water, but a little bit goes a long way. So then the next color I filled in the center was Queen Bee, which is our yellow. You can see that it's a lot brighter. It dries lighter. When you apply your top coat and your wax, it's going to darken up. I'm so glad that you caught me live. And then right here in the center, I added in Cowgirl Coral. So you can see what that color is right here in the center. And so all of those blended together, it's basically just the base coat. So we're going to start layering our next set of colors. I'm going to pull a very warm turquoise called Old 57. I'm going to pull this color into the mix. And I'm going to start, I use these little sample jars, but these little sample jars go a long way. They're only $13 and you can do an entire piece of furniture with just one of these. I say that, but I use like 8 colors on every piece of furniture. So in my mind, I'm like, you're gonna need 8 of those at $13 because I use so many of them. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do, you guys, I'm gonna lightly, I work in sections, and I'm gonna lightly spray a little bit of water on top of here, and I'm gonna put a little bit of this Old 57 and reactivate the colors that are already on here, so they encourages a lot of blending. I'm also using a brush that has my last color on it. So yeah, I'm encouraging the colors to blend. So the coral was here. So over here on the outsides, I'm gonna start with some of that Old 57. And I'm literally, it's like a spritzer, you know, like when you're outside and it's really warm and you walk through a mister. That's what this is like. So it's just like, just misting you. It's not making you drip or sweat. Or when you're standing in the lines at like a roller coaster place, you're in the lines and they're misting you, or in a water slide, it's like that. Gives you the idea. You do not need a lot of paint. It goes a really long ways. So I'm just gonna come in here with some of this color. You guys, if this is your first time watching, tuning in, we're kind of going for a boho look that's going to kind of remind you of a carousel. Carousel at the fair, at the park, the carnival. I have an overall look that I want for this piece, but in the actual steps to get it there, we're just playing. We're just going to keep playing until we get it. So this is part 4. If you want to see how I got to this point, you can always tune in on YouTube or on Facebook. I have every video there of me painting it. So we're just doing a little bit. We're not going to worry about the way this looks right here. We're not worrying about any of that. Guys, right now we're still just applying the color. We'll do the fine tuning and touch up all of this beauty towards the end. But if you keep working it and working it and working it, you're going to mess up the look. The paint dries really quickly, especially now that we're approaching summer here in Oklahoma. It's going to start drying really fast. So if I start to go back over this area on this top drawer, it's going to start pulling the paint off. The orange is pulling through a little bit of the turquoise, which, guys, turquoise and orange complement each other really, really well, so you cannot go wrong with that combination. Guys, if I'm missing your comments or your questions, I apologize, but I'm streaming 3 different devices right now. It takes a lot of focus, you know what I mean? It's like, focus, girl, focus. That's what it's like. So my mind, I'm like, focus so you don't look like a fool. And you know what? There may be someone on here that's going, she's a fool anyway, and that's okay. You might not be the one wanting to watch me paint. But I like to have fun, and I like to use a lot of color. I kind of have an aesthetic for the piece that's going to be a little bit boho. But I promise you the final product, if you can just hang tight with me and trust the process with me, you might be encouraged or have your eyes open to a different look. Also, if this is your first time here, 4 years ago, I had a concept to imitate my furniture to look like old wooden doors that were in different parts of the country. So I did like a series of doors like 4 years ago. Pictures off Pinterest. I was totally inspired by the blues and the greens. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make a piece of furniture look like that door. How do I figure that out? I just played. I just played with paint, I played with color, played and layered and did this and then dripped and then did this and sprayed, and I want it to look like it's been outside for 100 years, various colors, they're blended, they're worn, they're distressed, all in a random place. That's the look that I love, and that's what we're after. Thank you for the thumbs up and the hearts and for all of that. Absolutely, Kimberly, I'm so happy to see friends pop on here that I haven't seen in a while, and faces and names. So thanks for tuning in. I'm not worrying about this edge right here, guys. Don't even worry about that. We'll get to that. We have to work in sections. I'm going to dry brush some of this Old 57 over the coral right now. And then I'm going to go back down here to the very bottom and add just a little bit more of this. Now, I'm at this edge right here, okay, I'm going to get my coral back open that I used on part 3. And set that brush down and get a different one. And I'm going to lightly just kind of add a little water along the edge there, so it will activate that coral and let it blend a little bit easier in just a few areas here. Again, we're not worried about this being the final product. It's not going to look like this in the end anyway. We're just basically getting the colors on here. Now we have another line. We are not worried about that. We're going to go back with this. just want it really soft and really smooth. Now if you go back over this as this starts to dry, you're going to end up pulling the paint off, so don't do that. If it starts to dry, leave it alone. Okay, so in a few areas, I want to see some mermaid tail. Is this mermaid tail? Nope, this is sea glass. Let me see if this is mermaid tail. Nope, it's dried out. That's not going to work. Oh, my mermaid tail's dried out. I use it a lot. Okay, there's some in here. Okay, new brush. This brush right here is so perfect for getting in these trim. In here in the edges and around this trim right here. I'm going to use it and I'm going to actually put a little bit of water in this thing because it's just about dried out, but I don't waste not even a drop of paint. Not even a drop, okay? So I'm spraying some water in this little sample jar. And I'm going to stir it up just a little bit, and then I'm going to highlight a few of these areas with a little bit darker turquoise. I do apologize if I'm not seeing your questions. I will go back because I'm streaming 3 different devices all at once. So there are 3 Dionnes staring back at me. Don't try this at home. I don't recommend it. I know for certain my kids will not appreciate having 3 Dionnes. Hilarious. It's pretty funny though, right? I mean, you gotta admit, that's funny to your teenagers. Hey, I'm gonna set these up outside their room. 3, yeah. Okay, so right here at the top, I'm just gonna lightly mist it. One thing to also keep in mind, guys, it doesn't need to look the exact same on both sides. We're working in sections right now, so I'm working to get this section kind of, I don't know, just kind of fun in the way that I want it. Now, granted, when we're completely finished, we're putting a white wax over the whole thing, so what you're seeing is going to be bright and bold, and then you're going to see like a whitewash over the top of it. It's going to be wonderful. So I'm going to highlight this hardware, and this tip is really good, this tip, to get down in areas and just kind of accentuate, highlight, and pull that paint down right here. It dries so fast. We're having we just had a thunderstorm in Oklahoma City, and now we are experiencing humidity, major humidity. So that's what our evening looks like. We are nowhere near being finished, guys. We're on part 4. I promise you there'll be at least 8 to 9 parts on this piece alone for videos, okay? So you're gonna have to trust the process or be skeptical the whole time, but I hope to goodness that you will tune in at the very end and at least see how we ended up. And if you're losing interest or you think it's absolutely hideous, okay, okay. All right. I'm not sure. You can see me over here in just a second. The funny part is, if you guys could see how I have this whole setup here, because I'm not using the light, but I have 3 tripods. So if you guys could actually see that, that would be really funny. I should probably take a picture of that. Let's just say that packing tape comes in really nice. Guys, if this is your first time here, my name is Dionne Woods and I'm with the Turquoise Iris. That's my business name. It's theturquoiseiris.com and I'm the owner artist. And I have a Creative Connection membership group where I teach other creative women to do exactly what I do. So I'm just kind of blending right now and just kind of playing around, adding some colors. We're going to highlight this gorgeous piece right here just a little bit. With the piece that I was telling you guys about, the carnival ride wardrobe, I made a wax. I made a colored wax from clear and Old 57, which is our turquoise. And I'm trying to decide, I think I want to add a yellow wax to this baby cakes. The process takes a while, but trust yourself, don't panic. If you try to get every step perfect, like right now, this is all wet, so this is why it doesn't look right. It's all wet, and when it dries, it looks like this. See the difference in the colors? So just relax and believe in playing. The DIY paint is very forgiving. So, and goodness gracious, it's just paint, but it's very forgiving, no reason to panic. I also love to use my putty knife. That's how I do a lot of my distressing. So while it's wet, I will take this and literally just distress the edges, wipe it off, and distress it. Now, we're still adding more colors, trust me, but I'm just showing you guys at this point, I use my putty knife to pull the paint back off while it's wet, so you don't have to even sand it, which, hello, thank you. And if you make a mess like I just did, I made a little scratch, didn't plan that scratch there. While the paint is soft, I'm just rubbing it with my finger, and scratch is gone right there. All right, so that gives you a little bit of idea how we do that. Part 4, okay. Did that just get on my pants? Love these pants. They're like a boho, like, I don't know, look at these pants. Y'all see these breeches? They're like, I don't know, they almost have that Bobby Brown 1989 hip hop boom boom look going, but God, I love them. I can't even feel them. Anyway, you guys, thanks for tuning in. That was part 4. We'll be back tomorrow probably with part 5. Kelly, you give that daughter of yours an absolute hug. Says that when she grows up, she's gonna paint everything that's brown to be pretty. She and I, we're like this. You give her a hug for me. All right, you guys have an awesome Saturday. I think we're gonna go do a couple things, go have some dinner, and then I'm gonna keep painting on this one right here behind me. I'm gonna see if you guys can take a peek at it. I think I finally got irises down, okay? Can we all just see these irises right here? Can we see this? I finally think I've got abstract irises down. Let's turn this up a little bit. Thank you guys, I appreciate you so much. What? Yes! After 3 years, I've got it. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in for part 4. I'll be back tomorrow. Go have an awesome Saturday. Now, let me just push all of the buttons. I'll keep a fake smile on my face while I click off. Okay. Yes, end live video, yes. Okay. All right, finish. Oh, wait, back up here to share. Yes. All right, X over here. Keep the fake smile.